everyone getting the thing that's preparing the live
Yep.
stream.
Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. So, congratulations, everyone. How did it feel to watch it? Did you all get a chance to watch it? I see nodding heads. So yeah, it was weird today because I like normally you do like the big pre-show speech and then you go out and do the show and all that. And here I was like, well, there's not really anything to say before we watch it, so just wanted to check in. But I just wanted to say how proud I am of everything that you all put together and our incredible team of designers. And I know we have Delaney's on here, and Lisa and Stephanie are on here, who did so many of the visuals. Lisa and Stephanie did the animations you saw. Delaney did the Snapchat filters, and so much more, and everything. So I'll just open it up first to the cast. Any initial responses, things you want to share, what it was like working on this process, what it was like watching it, what it was like having your opening night be shooting it 2 weeks ago, but watching it tonight, and any of those things. So, anyone want to jump on and say something?
I want to say that this being my first show, I had no clue how this was going to work online, and just kind of seeing us all act it out and then have it come together with the music and the editing and the drawings. It just brought that story to life, and it just kind of flooded me with so much happy emotions. Like, so happy, so happy. So thanks, guys. That was awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ariane. Anyone else?
My family absolutely loves Steve. So Cordell, good job on that one. Oh, they were laughing. They absolutely loved you so much. My boyfriend's like, that is my homie right there.
Mine too. Mine too. And every death, and then your YouTube scenes where you were, or your Zoom scenes. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Jacob, you look like you were about to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to, yeah, say this kind of being like my last production as a student was, uh, not what I expected, but it was so much fun. And seeing everything all put together, like Ariane was saying, it was just so cool to see this production. Because I watched a couple other students' productions of this, and I feel like we just really brought in so much. Like fun and personality and something really, really unique. And so I just want to say, like, thank you, like, to all of you guys who you guys have just all been so, so incredible. And this has been an interesting process, and I've loved it so, so much. And yeah, I'm very grateful to be a part of this cast.
Thank you, Jacob, for saying that. And I also want to give a shout out. I'm just looking right now. Yeah, we don't have Leko and Melanie Chen Cole here with us tonight, but I just want to give a huge shout out to the work that they did. Leko Huffman was our visual designer, and so she handled everything. With Elaine Ortiz, they did costumes. Elaine supported there. And Leko did everything from all the avatars for the characters, the layout of the game, choosing things back and forth. And Melanie edited the whole thing together and did all the music and sound effects and things as well. So just really, really. Just incredible to see them taking it to the next level of bringing it to life. Hello, we're seeing all sorts of other people pop on here, so great. Welcome. I know everyone kind of started it at a slightly different moment, and so we came after that. Does anyone else want to jump on and say something about the experience, what it's been like? I know we've got, from Ariane to Jacob, we had someone who was doing a first-time show to someone who's done many shows over the course, and this is certainly a different theater experience here, such it is in storytelling within that. But yeah, someone else want to jump on here?
I guess, can you hear me at all? I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
we
on
can.
my phone. I'm at my friend's house because we had a premiere here.
Ooh.
I want to say that, like, I think seeing this is like so unique for me because, like, I saw it for the first time really when everyone else was seeing it. And it's one of those things where like usually when you're in a theater show, like you kind of know how it's gonna look before the audience sees it. And like so seeing it, I just couldn't believe how excited and like proud I was to have such an incredible team of designers and costumers and sound and everything that like to make it look the way that it did. I mean, I'm just so thankful. I mean, it's just an incredible show. And it's really funny to feel like, you know, if someone watched me behind the scenes with a sword randomly stabbing at things, it would feel very weird. But like you guys just made it work so well. And the whole cast, I mean, my God, I'm stoked, you know, I feel like I just saw it for the first time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a unique experience, like your actors and audience at the same time. You know, you know, most of us don't traffic in the TV film world, so for theater people, this is a new experience. Someone else want to jump on? Yeah, Melanie, Farrah the Fairy.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I was a little late. Completely forgot. I'm like, oh no. Anywho, I just want to thank everyone. You guys were all amazing. I really want to thank the people who work like background stuff because oh my gosh, usually it's like very cringy for me to see myself on screen. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. But this was like, oh wow, like it was amazing. Just like the editing, it just blew me away. And like everyone was amazing. So congrats, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Victoria, you say we got some comments in the live stream. And also for folks out there watching in the live stream, if you have any questions for the performers or the design team or me or anyone, feel free to add those in. Go ahead, Victoria.
Yeah, we have a lot of comments. So Sahar Shakil, she has the most of them. She said that she watched it and thought it was awesome. The animation and visuals were amazing. The editing made the show feel alive. Steve is the best. She said Steve's the best. She said it was a super unique show. It was very well done and put a lot of like clapping emojis. Amazing editing work. Another person, the Guardian Queen, says great job. Good job with the edits. And then Sheridan Luro says congrats, friends. And Evelyn Parra says great work. And Sahar's asking how long did the production take?
So we started working on this way back when, just choosing the show. Queen Nguyen rewrote the show at the beginning of the pandemic for Zoom. Normally it was written as a live show, but Kui went back in and rewrote it. Anyone who's seen the new Disney movie Raya, Kui is one of the co-writers on that, for that. But so rewrote that at the beginning of the pandemic. So when we were looking for shows for the season, this kind of leapt to the top of the list really quickly for me to try to find something that we could utilize that would allow it to be in Zoom and not feel like that was distancing it from theater. So we held auditions late last semester, and when did we cast it? Like December? I think it was early December when we cast it. And then the actors had about 6 weeks or so with the scripts, and then we started rehearsals, I think, in late January, early February, right around there. And so we had about 5 weeks, I think, all total, but then we had a shoot week where we went through for several nights in a row, and we picked up a couple shots earlier the previous weekend, and then we went through. And then Melanie went and put together the first edits of it. And so the design team and I have been emailing and looking back and forth and making cuts and adjustments. And so the actors finished, like I said, almost a week and a half, 2 weeks ago with that. So, but about 4 or 5 weeks would be the answer to the main question. I also wanted to give a shout out. I got a text from a friend of mine who had directed this show at a high school, and he was halfway through the show and he's like, I love what you guys have done with this. And he was just going on about it as well. Victoria, do you have some more there?
Sorry, I was putting a comment in the thing as the CSUSM Theater Arts, like, if you have any questions, feel free to shout it out. So after that, Alexandra Strain said it was really good and makes them want to be part of the next production. And that's awesome. That's great. I don't even know where to get that. I think you can get that information on the CSUSM Theater Past, Present, and Future Facebook group, right?
Yes, for CSUSM theater students, if you don't know about the Facebook page, if you just search for it, CSUSM Theater, Past, Present, and Future, that's a great place to find out information. We're actually having a planning meeting next week to discuss next season and things that will be up and coming. So that will be coming soon. Good. Any other cast members want to jump on here?
Can I just say it's been incredible because last semester many of you guys were in my class with you, Professor, for the acting behind camera. So it's been really nice just having everyone again, working with everyone again over here.
Yeah, and we had people in that class who worked on stage and off stage. Our animators, and also I know Juan is on here, our props assistant as well. They were in that class. We had a class acting in film last semester that much of the company was in. So as well. Other comments from the cast? We'll go for about another 10 minutes here or so and just checking in. Tori, yeah, come on.
I going off of what, oh man, I can't remember who said it, but what Melanie was saying about like seeing yourself on video. It's like, oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. But because of the cool animations and like what the incredible job that our team did, I was able to not focus on myself and actually like watch everybody else, which was nice. And everyone just did such a good job. Like any time new characters came on screen, I was like, oh my God, this is such a good scene. I'm so excited. And like the animations, like what we had talked about, it just came out so much more different, but so much better than what I had expected, if that makes sense. Like the booms and the pow and the kablooms, like those were so cool. Like the old comic book style. It was just like so much better than what I had anticipated. I was so terrified to like, see myself on screen because usually like anytime we, live theater, you do the show, you don't have to watch yourself and then you're done. But this time it's like, nope, you gotta watch. If you want to see like what's going on, you gotta watch. And it was so different, but such a cool like add-on to what theater is. Like, it's just like so different, but I loved it.
Great, thank you so much, Tori. Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead, and then we'll take a few more questions.
I was just gonna say that this is my first time ever like acting in a play or doing much. I remember when like I was practicing with Kat for like the cheerleader scenes, and I was telling her like what my major was, and I was talking about Alma and like watching Victoria like on Zoom last semester, and like how now like we were in a play with her, and yeah. And like everyone's super talented. So when I like got in, I was like, oh my God, like I'm so intimidated. But everyone is so sweet with me, and like I'm just really happy to have been a part of it. And yeah, thanks guys. Oh, and I also got like one of my friends texted me and they were like, Steve is my favorite. Like I love Steve.
Everyone loves Steve. Everyone loves Steve. All right, Victoria, let's hear a few more questions.
All right. So, if it's all right, I could talk about some of the stuff. Sahar asked, how was the editing process? Like, I feel like that's a question for Melanie Chen Cole, so that's not something we can really answer, I think, because she said it must be interesting to edit over an hour-long video, but maybe, Jason, you could talk about your side. About like talking with...
Yeah, Christian isn't here. Also, we had a student assistant editor, Christian, and I know he tackled the Zoom scenes first, and then it was an ongoing process. I met with Melanie and Leiko several weeks ago or whatever, and we went through scene by scene on what we wanted everything to look like. I had individual meetings with each of them on what sound cues we were going to do and everything, but all of that changed. We would see what the actors were doing, we would come up with new ideas, and we would play around. I can't speak specifically to Melanie's process the last week, but she submitted a rough cut, and then we all chimed in with some notes. Hey, let's make this a little tighter. There's a sound thing here. What if we try this? And we tried that, and then so we ended up, but I think it was the third or fourth cut that was our final cut. And each cut, had fewer and fewer adjustments we made in, that was there. So another question.
So Evelyn and Sheridan both asked, what was your favorite scene to film? And along the lines of that one, Sahara also asked what scene was really difficult to film.
The
Yeah,
dance
Ariane.
scene. I think the dance scene was just, oh wow, just because there's so many of us dancing and we couldn't do it at the same time just because on Zoom it would be so laggy and it wouldn't work. So we would have to practice together and then separately, then film separately, but practice again to do rehearsals together. It was just all over the place, but it came out really well in the end. I was so happy over it.
Yeah, Katie Banville was our choreographer, and she did really great work. And everything Kat just described with that sequence in particular was, as we all know, with Zoom, it's why we don't do musicals on Zoom live, because with slight delay or whatever, it just throws things off. So each of the actors had to do the routines with their own music, and then had to be synced up and edited on top of that.
And
as
also,
well.
it was just torso up. So we're just sitting down the entire time that we're actually dancing. We're never actually standing up. So it's awkward and it looks weird, but we have to make it work.
Right. And Ariane, I saw that you had a comment too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the hardest part definitely was trying to get our eye lines correct, because we do talk to each other like this, and we have these snap filters on where if you turn to the side too much, they disappear, and you could be looking up and the other person's looking down, and the eye line was really difficult. But I think the best part in my personal experience for Lily was the letter scene when she gets to read, because that was a deep thing that I had to really think about with the relationship between Lilith and Tilly. But as soon as I dove deep into it, I felt like I could just really be that character and feel all those emotions. And it was the scariest scene for me, but it also was the most exciting scene. So yeah.
Yay. Yeah, that's great. And the eyeline thing was a great thing too. And there were a few in the final cut that aren't lined up perfectly, but it also adjusted how far away you were from people. So again, like we didn't know in the original take, like if someone's clear over on the other side, your eyeline doesn't have to be as specific than if they're right next to you. And so, we were learning some of that as we went. And then also I thought the company did a really wonderful job with just the D&D worlds, just playing around. It's kind of very Brady Bunch acting. It's kind of like acting in a Zoom world and trying to place all the different characters around. And I thought people did a really wonderful job with that. Let's hear. I see Judy is on here. Judy, do you have anything you want to say?
I want to say, first of all, congratulations. And second, I haven't seen it yet because I'm doing stuff with my son. I started watching, I got a link to, I got a preview link and I started watching it the other day and it looked really great, but I was really looking forward to sitting down and watching it. But I just thought I'd come on and hear a little bit about audience feedback and say congratulations. And I cannot tell you how happy I am to see your faces and to know that like Nolan and Cordell and Jennifer and people who are new to the program are having a wonderful experience, and that our veteran program people who have been in the program for a while who are leaving are having a wonderful experience. It's just like this full cycle of, I don't know, just keeping the process of making theater and education and having, making community and networking and all this stuff that we do at Cal State, keeping it going, and just, it really, it's really remarkable. It's really remarkable that you guys achieved this in this time. And I'm just so proud of you. And thank you, Jason.
Yeah, thank you, Judy. Yeah, and I can't wait to hear what you think when you get to see it. But I just want to echo what she said, and it kind of goes back to Tilly's thing at the end. I mean, these are all stories, and the stories continue. And for me, with theater, what Judy just mentioned about the new people and the older people in the department, um, that's what theater has always been. It's been passing along the torch to the next people that are going to tell the stories as well. And, the young people become the old people, and then the old people are passing on to the younger people, and that lineage continues always. Um, Good. I think we still have time for a few more questions if we have anything there, Victoria.
Uh, we don't have any questions. We have some comments. Well, actually, there was a question that wasn't answered, but I kind of bunched them together. What was your favorite scenes to film?
Yeah, Cheyenne.
So I really, really enjoyed filming all my scenes with Nolan because it was extremely hard for me to remember the lines because I kept getting so flustered because I'd be so in the moment and I would try to think of what she's supposed to say next, and then I wouldn't be able to say it because I'd just be frustrated, if that makes sense. But it was so much fun to film because Cordell would always make me laugh, and I would always like have trouble keeping character for him because he is so funny, and Nolan would make me laugh by him like mocking me, and it was just an all-around good experience. And this show made me want to play D&D, which I think is really cool since it's something that like is becoming more normalized but just hasn't been for a long time. So yeah, I just wanted to add that. I just thought it was really cool, and I'm thankful and grateful I got to be a part of it.
Great, great. Anyone else have a favorite scene they want to share? Yeah, Cordell.
I was gonna say, yeah, that scene with me, Nolan, and Cheyenne, like that was like my favorite scene to like film, but like my favorite scene like so far is probably the Judson Mo one. I'm on like the scene 21 right now. I haven't
Oh,
finished
okay.
it, so I'm just trying to finish it still. So like, yeah, but yeah, that's my favorite scene right now. Then my favorite scene that we filmed was the Steve one where I'm just like eating fruit snacks, just watching it.
All right. Cool. Ariane.
My favorite scene was definitely between Nolan and who is not here, Eric, who plays DM Biggs, where he's like, I'm keeping her busy, we're playing D&D, and it's all a bunch of innuendos, and they're not getting each other, and just Nolan's like, I'm gonna beat you up. And I think that scene's definitely my favorite. It brings a lot of laughter to me, and I hope to everybody who sees it. It's just so good.
It was
That was
fun
my
watching that
favorite
with my
film.
family tonight. They were all busting up. Nolan, you had something there?
I was just gonna say that was also my favorite.
Yeah, good. Kate is about to jump off. Kate and Victoria and Delaney were our awesome stage management team. And those who know theater know none of this happens without coordination all over the place. So farewell, Kate. Thank you for that. And Victoria, do you want to talk a little, or Delaney, if you want to jump on, you're welcome. But talk a little bit about what it was like coordinating a piece like this.
Uh, so, I'm the stage manager. So, honestly, it's not that much different from actual theater stage managing, though it's kind of a little bit different. So, in the beginning, it's just me taking notes, being like, we did this at this time, we did, this is some notes for this department, for that department, video, sound, whatever, things like that. And then later on, it starts actually picking up steam, where you're like, okay, now you have to factor in who has what costume, who has what prop, what sequence we're gonna film this in. And in usual theater, it's not really like that. In usual theater, you're actually like, okay, line up these actors for this scene. Okay, make sure that they have these props, make sure they have this costume on, and all of this is live, and we would communicate over a headset usually. Well, with this one, we could take our time a little bit with this one, but we were still kind of like, okay, we have a schedule to do, but we're going to take some time for the actors to change out of their clothes, to get the right props and everything. So it's a little bit like you mix theater with film. A little
Yeah,
bit.
and in many cases, the actors had to change the green screen in their room or do a complete costume change or whatever. And then we would go, oh, wait, we want to go back to that other scene. But the actor just can't jump and do that because we have to get everything to be captured fully. Delaney, did you want to add some stuff?
Sure. I'm Delaney. I was the stage management supervisor for Victoria and Kate. And just to speak upon how excellent our stage management team was, truly, this is a beast of a show to do virtually. With the amount of costumes and props we had sent to actors all over various locations, the filters we had tracking, and like Victoria said, it wasn't quite the ephemeral traditional theater world we're in. So we're jumping between scenes, and they did an excellent job keeping up with all of that. And also, a lot of stage managers nowadays in the virtual setting are learning how to create new paperwork, which is always so fun. But also learning how to run a shoot. We had shoot days. So instead of a final performance or even like tech, we had dress rehearsals leading up to our shoot. And Victoria worked with Melanie to manage our shot list and make sure that we had multiple takes of every scene and everything that the editor needed. So that was another really awesome thing that stage management team did an excellent job executing. And of course, the final product looked incredible. So they should be very proud of themselves.
Yeah, and even like up to yesterday, the stage management team got together with tech to figure out how to live stream what we're doing right now, just to make sure like that's another added dimension. We don't just get to pull out chairs after the performance and sit with the audience. We have to figure out how do we do this? And so they did. So thank you for that. Great.
And thank you so much for the filters, by the way. They were incredible. They were so fun to work with. I know that they kept changing. I had the horns and the red eyes, and then I had normal eyes, and I had red eyes at one point, then I had the fangs, and I had the blood. I loved it so much.
I saw Nolan pull up his for like a second.
Yeah, Delaney crafted these Snapchat filters. She came up with them in an early design meeting, and I was like, "Oh yes, let's do that." I mean, let's use the medium. So, yeah,
Yeah, they're super fun. I was able to, if anybody's curious too, there's a free program called Lens Studio. It's created by Snapchat, and it's pretty, it can get pretty complex, but I used a variety of programs like Blender to create original 3D models, like the gelatinous cube and the Tiamat head, the dragon head, and was able to input that into Lens Studio and design them. And it's fun because you can update them live and have the actors. So in a traditional theater world, a lot of it's conceptual until we put it on the actors' bodies. And if things want to change, if costumes need alterations or makeups need changing, that's kind of a longer process. But in Lens Studio, I could make small adjustments that Jason gave in rehearsal reports and have them be ready the next rehearsal. So it's a pretty cool medium to utilize. And they have some really great resources online. If anybody's listening and is doing a virtual show, don't be intimidated by it. It's a really fun medium to use.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. And Victoria, sounds like we have some more questions.
Yeah, the first one that we have here is, has anyone here played D&D before?
Delaney. Let's see. Oh, Kat. Okay. We got some yeses and nos. I dug out, I had my D&D sheets from playing a little bit in high school. I wasn't super into it, but I did play it a few times back in the 80s. So good. More questions?
Yeah, so the same question, well, not same question, same person asking the question, were the filters just made just for this show?
Yes, these filters were made just for the show. I was working with Leiko and her design and what she conceptualized for each character. And I just kind of started with some basics according to the script. So if it called for horns, if it called for a gelatinous cube, etc. And then as we applied them, and it was nice that actors got to practice with them in rehearsals, we could slowly add more and more. And all of the backgrounds too, Melanie was able to add and adjust with our green screens too. So those really made the filters pop.
And also the costume process. I know that at the beginning they showed us drawings that they had of what our characters would look like, and as the actors we had to go out into our closets and find any matching clothes that would fit and do our own makeup and send photos of our makeup and our clothes. This is my first ever production, so I had no idea this is how it works. And also shout out to whoever provided us with all the resources, the ear sets, the ring light, everything, green screen, the cables. Thank you so much for that. It really helped tremendously.
Yeah, that was again new additions that we have in the Zoom world. You know, some people needed extra connection, some people needed lighting, but again, in rehearsals, we were kind of in the same rooms from the beginning, so we could see, oh, that room's going to need this. Oh, this person needs this.
I was in a car at one point, rehearsing from a car in the dark.
I remember that. I remember that rehearsal. Yeah. Yeah, so all the new worlds that we're in, like you know, we did have actors that, you know, normally if you were out of town, you would miss rehearsal, but you could make rehearsal from out of town as long as you had an internet connection. So good. Let's just say 5 more minutes and then we'll wrap up here because I know people need to move along, and I know it's late on the East Coast for those who are watching out there. So go ahead, Victoria. Just a few more.
Yeah, there's another question. Who did the avatar drawings?
That was Leiko, our visual designer. She created the avatars and she created the templates for the D&D world, which was something that she found when we were researching and talking about it. She went and did research, and there are D&D sites that you can play online with other people, and they do. They give you avatars and everything. And so when she came in with that idea, we're like, yes, let's roll with that. And so she had found some stuff online, but then she created our world right here, and we came up with the idea with the big box that larger characters could go into, and the individual shields for people, Chuck being omnipresent, DM Biggs being over there, and a place so we could see the dice rolls as they happened. So yeah, that was Leiko who did that. Yeah, Ariane.
With the dice roll thing, every time I saw the dice roll, I could only picture you going, dice roll, dice roll. So when I saw the dice rolling, I was like, dice roll, dice roll. Oh, I love that. Sorry, I had to say it.
Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, since we should do a screenshot. That's a great idea. If everyone wants to come online, those who have their cameras turned off right now, if you want to come on for a moment, and we can get everyone. I see Stephanie and Lisa are animators. They did the dragon, the flying dragon, and Tilly being hit by the car, and the walking to the cave sequence. So yeah, so everyone smile, and those who know how to do screenshots and stuff can take those and enjoy those. Everyone get a nice smile. Yay! Oh wait, here comes someone else. Someone else is coming on. Hey! So, hey Juan. All right, and smiles. Who's that, Tori? Is that Cheyenne?
It's Cheyenne. I think she left, so I'm just making sure she gets included.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, wonderful. All right. Well, so yeah, let's wrap things up. And I just want to say again, thank you to this incredible cast and crew and company for making this happen. I mean, this was a lot of coordination and a lot of kind of trust and stepping off the cliff. Like, you know, as you heard several of the actors describe earlier, we didn't know what this was going to look like. We didn't know how it was going to feel. And for me, it always comes back to storytelling. I mean, we're not in a live room together, but we were telling a story. and I feel like one of my kids tonight had not seen this before, and as we got to the final scene, I could tell he was in it and watching, and to hear them laugh and there's nothing like an unforced laugh, when it just comes out when you're sitting watching with people. And so and I hope those who haven't had a chance to finish it, or those who've watched it again, will maybe get someone else to watch it with them again tomorrow. We've got it all weekend. You can watch it as much as you like this weekend, and I just want to say thank you to this amazing cast and crew and company of people. So thank you all. Say goodnight, everybody. So, and we'll see you next time, whenever that is. So. And Victoria, I think you said you were going to let the stream go just a little bit longer.
20
just to
seconds.
catch up. Okay.
Until I hear, until I see it.
Okay. Yay, theater kids. All right. I'll turn off here. Boom, boom.